Over the course of nearly 2 decades, Dennis Rader murdered at least 10 people in the Wichita, Kansas metropolitan area. Despite his repeated taunts to police and the media under the pseudonym BTK, bind, torture, kill, investigators were unable to hone in on a suspect. No one imagined it was Rader, not his colleagues, nor his family, nor the police force he was mocking. Rader's successful evasion was a testament to the care he took to avoid detection. He'd cultivated a good name for himself as a Boy Scout leader and a church congregation president, roles which also afforded him false alibis. He spent weeks premeditating his kills, mapping out his victims' homes, then cutting phone and alarm systems before entering the house, skills he had learned while working a past job for ADT security. But for all his dodges, Rader was captured with a treasure trove of irrefutable self-incrimination, numerous Polaroid photographs of his victims, and crime scenes alongside countless confessional notes, some of the photographs he'd taken long after the murder, meaning that in addition to the risk of owning the photos, he'd also taken the subsequent risk of visiting a buried victim to take more pictures of their decomposing corpse. And rather than lock up the photos in a single, secure location, Rader stored them in multiple places: at home, at his workplace, and at his church. Rader is hardly alone in preserving criminal evidence, despite the obvious problems inherent to doing so. Park Dietz, a clinical professor of psychiatry and biobehavioral sciences at the University of California, Los Angeles, estimates that 50 to 75% of serial sexual offenders keep evidence of their crimes. The desire for control was central to Rader's psychopathology. In addition to the more obvious manifestations of his control impulse, he tied his victims up and controlled their access to oxygen via protracted, torturous strangulations. Rader also fantasized about controlling his victims in the afterlife. In Rader's idea of heaven, each victim continued to serve him as a slave. Contrary to popular belief, lots of uncaught serial killers retire from their crimes as they grow old, and Rader could have easily gotten away with his crimes and died undiscovered. His final confirmed murder was in 1991, and he wasn't arrested until 2005, shortly after he renewed correspondence with police and media following a decade of silence. Rader sent a computer floppy disk to police, which they were able to digitally trace back to his church. Subsequent DNA testing on Rader's daughter gave police the information they needed, and Rader was detained. On interrogation, he admitted to his crimes. He would have never been caught if he hadn't acted like a perfect idiot